soon see a redrawing of parliamentary constituencies based on its population. It's called the delimitation exercise. We don't know when it will happen exactly, but it's in the offing. That is the latest flashpoint now between southern Indian states and the BJP-led centre, and leading the charge in this fight is Tamil Nadu and its Chief Minister M.K. Stalin. Today he added a fresh twist. He urged newlywed couples in the state to plan a family immediately so that the state gets an advantage when the delimitation exercise is held, because it's going to be held on the population ratio. The Chief Minister's unusual appeal to have children immediately comes at a time when there are political discussions that are taking place around delimitation. In fact, the Chief Minister is also holding an all-party meeting in 2 days from now to decide on how to tackle this issue. He said that delimitation can be implemented using population census, but the census so far has to be conducted. We don't know when that's going to happen yet. He urged couples from Tamil Nadu to have babies immediately after marriage. He even said that initially we used to give our couples advice that they should take their time and plan their family, but now perhaps the need has come and the time has come to have kids sooner. This is a bid to counter delimitation, he said. He also linked his concern to the possibility of delimitation being implemented based on census figures. He added that this population-based exercise could affect Tamil Nadu's parliamentary seats and that it would crush their voice in parliament if the North Indian states got a higher say. The concerns raised by these southern states regarding population-based delimitation process reflect a broader sense of apprehension as far as this political shift is concerned. They believe that not only will they lose out, but they lose out on power and influence at the national level as well. That political parties like the DMK that are restricted to the state level in many ways will be at a disadvantage. Here's why that exercise is making many parties and many states down south wary. They have seen a decline in fertility rates and population growth compared to the northern states. They are worried that this could lead in a reduction of their share in Lok Sabha. Now, since population growth is a key factor, they believe that because they have kept the population in check all these years, this is the punishment for them. The worry is that southern states, which currently account for about 24% of total Lok Sabha seats, may see their share drop to 19%. Now again, all of this is conjecture. There is no real data to base this on at the moment because a census has not been conducted. A reduced share in the Lok Sabha would directly impact southern states' influence on legislation making, on national policies, and with fewer states, these states might struggle to voice their concerns. It may be overshadowed by states with larger populations. The one comparison that all southern states are making is that with Uttar Pradesh. Southern, where regional parties have a significant presence, fear that their representation could also drop, and that would then tilt the power balance in favor of national parties like the BJP that are stronger in the heartland or in the northern part of the country. With a reduced share in national politics, southern states and parties down south worry that these national politics and national policies will become more Hindi-centric, that they lose out their voice quite literally and their language. They have their own regional languages, their own cultural identities to think about, and they feel threatened on that account as well. So as this delimitation debate spirals out of control, and it's only going to escalate as we see that all-party meeting on the 5th of this month, and as the Chief Minister now bats for more kids to have had sooner, is this link and is this argument really valid? That's what we ask our guest tonight.
ஆனால் நாம் குடும்ப கட்டுப்பாட்டில் கவனம் செலுத்தி அதில் வெற்றி கண்டோம். அதனால் இந்த நிலை நமக்கு ஏற்பட்டிருக்கிறது.
You are trying to link this with delimitation means whatever the credit you want to take will go. So we maintain that the population ratio has to be maintained.
Union government is not transparent and honest to tell the people. This is why we are going for delimitation.
Let's open this up. Narayan Tirupati, Vice President of Tamil Nadu BJP, is with us. Political analyst Pularao, who backs the DMK, is with us as well. Anwar Pasha, spokesperson of the RJD, and political analyst Kailash Adhikari is with me. Pularao, let me begin by asking you, is this all just paranoia at the moment? There is no census. We don't know when that delimitation exercise will take place. Well, I believe we've lost that line with Pularao. We'll try and reconnect there. But Narayan Tirupati, we have an all-party meeting that Mr. Stalin has called on the 5th. The BJP has refused to be a part of this. Is this, do you think, fear-mongering or paranoia that's being spread by the DMK led several other parties within the southern part of the country, because we don't know when the census is going to take place. We don't know what comes out of that census or when this delimitation exercise is going to happen, if it's going to happen in the near future at all.
See, this is totally, stupidity to the core. Why should the government call for an all-party meet for this issue when everything is very clear? It was Mr. Rahul Gandhi, the leader of the India Alliance, who said, "Jitni Adabi, Utna Hak." Proportionate population, the rights to proportionate to population. So actually, Rahul Gandhi should have been questioned by Mr. Stalin and not BJP. This is what we are saying. On that day itself, Prime Minister Modi had made it very clear that we will not allow this thing to happen for South. The South will be losing 100 seats if this happens. So it is the India Alliance which had unnecessarily, unwantedly making people confused. And again, Mr. Stalin is doing this. See, this exercise, what they are doing is very clearly to suppress the fact there is a deteriorating law and order in Tamil Nadu, crime against women, crime against children, girl children, and particularly, and over and above everything, the economy of the state is in a very big disaster because the debt is increasing. So a lot of questions are being put before Mr. Stalin. So in order to, instigate the people, he is trying to instigate the sentiments of the Tamil Nadu people, and that is what he is doing. So I don't think this is needed now. It is a waste of time. It is unwanted and unnecessary. That's what we say.
But Narayan Tirupati, it's one of the things that Mr. M.K. Stalin has said, that you should have more kids. Now and have kids sooner, so that this population imbalance is sort of balanced out.
No,
but now this is
that shows. I'm really sorry to say that shows his immaturity. See, in maximum in another 1 or 2 years, the census will be there, and he says that immediately we have to. How it is possible? The population of Tamil Nadu is 8 crores. Population of UP is 24 crores. So you compare Tamil Nadu and UP. How do you expect Tamil Nadu people to deliver 16 crores children in 1 or 2 years? What is this? That's what I'm saying. They are talking not only irresponsibly, they are not talking with sense at all. This is the problem.
But Kailash Adhikari, as far as this statement of Mr. Stalin is concerned, it may seem nonsensical, but one of BJP's allies have also said it in the past. Chandrababu Naidu has also advocated for more kids as far as Tamil Nadu, as far as Andhra Pradesh is concerned, because he too was talking about this population imbalance and lack of representation that the southern states might have. So it is a concern that comes from southern states, not necessarily from the opposition side.
Firstly, it is very important that we understand, and that all the opposition parties also understand, that the process of delimitation is basically guided by specific constitutional provisions. Article 82 and Article 170 are there to particularly guide delimitation. So it is not something that the government is trying to bring it out of the blue. There are constitutional provisions under Article 82 and 170 which guide delimitation, firstly. Now, secondly, I wouldn't expect that the chief minister of a state such as M.K. Stalin ji to make such a callous statement that, just have babies more so that we get more representation. Have you ever thought about the fact that if you have a population explosion situation, how will your state handle it? Does your state have the adequate infrastructure to handle it? Being a chief minister, passing such reckless statement without having any thought about that, what ultimately consequences it will have in your bid to have your political gamut and some amount of seats which you don't even know which will happen or not, you are passing such a reckless statement. It shows that the opposition is thinking in such a poor light. I mean, one has to be responsible in saying so. Any population explosion, are you able to handle that? Is your state able to handle that? Will your state finances be able to cater to their requirements? Have you thought about it as a leader before making such reckless statements?
But that's what I asked Kailash Adhikari when Chandrababu Naidu made that same statement not too long ago, in October of last year, if I'm not mistaken. Was he being reckless too? Because it clearly is a southern state worry, not necessarily an opposition party worry.
See, firstly, even the Honorable Home Minister of this country has said that not even an inch of bad representation or underrepresentation any state will have. When the Home Minister of this country is saying with such authority and responsibility, we must all abide by it, and we must all also understand the gravity that the government is not doing it under its own malice intention. If any Chief Minister has said such a statement, then naturally it requires a certain thought. And if Mr. Stalin is there in a public gathering where a wedding was taking place, then such kind of statements do not throw in a good light.
Mr. Anwar Pasha, this fight against delimitation also is that the North will get higher representation than the South. That's the problem that Mr. Stalin has. That's the problem that a lot of other parties in the South have. Now, you all are a part of the India bloc. Is this something that you're okay with? That southern parties like the DMK saying that why should the North get more representation?
Yeah, I think the concern expressed by the Tamil Nadu CM, M.K. Stalin, it's a genuine concern. And the central parties, all the parties, national parties should think over it seriously. It is not a small thing. It's a very big thing. It involves the unity of the nation. And we believe in unity in diversity. So we have to take into account all these factors. This is the fact that the delimitation takes place on the basis of the population census. And the recent population census is the benchmark. That depends on that. So it is a fact that the population in northern states are high. The population of northern states are growing. Is this not a fact? It is a fact that the population of North India is more, and it is growing very rapidly. And in the comparison of North Indian states, the southern states' population is going down because of the successfully implementation of the family planning scheme by the states. It is a fact. So are we going to punish them for the successful implementation of the family planning scheme? Are we going to punish them? And this is not the question of just Tamil Nadu. We all know. All the southern states have the same concern. They have been raising their voice about it. And as far as this population is concerned, I think we have to think about it, that if delimitation takes place, the southern states are going to lose. I'll give you some few data. Karnataka is going to lose from 28 to 26. The 2 seats they will lose. Then Andhra Pradesh, 42 to 34. They will be losing almost, I think, 8 seats they are going to lose. Then Kerala, it will come down from 20 to 12. It will come down. Heavily, it is going to lose.
But Mr.
Then
Pasha,
Tamil Nadu
isn't all of this just conjecture? Where is this data coming from? There is no census for the last 10 years. And more. Where is this data coming from?
This is the failure of the central government, which has not conducted the census. Why it has not been conducted? And anybody,
sure, now that's one question to ask, but if there is no data to base your conjecture, base your findings on, it's just conjecture, isn't it? How do we know that Tamil Nadu will be losing X number of seats, Karnataka will be losing Y number of seats?
I told you the basis of the delimitation is always the population census. And it will be, I think, whenever it takes place, delimitation, some benchmark will be there. We'll have some census report accordingly that the delimitation will take place. So in southern states, they have this apprehension that because their population is going down, and if the census, this population census is taken into account, and that has to be taken into account, that is the only basis. So they are going to lose it. So their apprehension is not, I think, that is not I think it has no meaning at all. It has a meaning. They are very
Mr.
serious
Pasha,
about
then,
it.
sure. So then, Mr. Pasha, let me ask you this. When a Bihar is considered and Uttar Pradesh is considered, and I speak about Bihar because it's a state that goes to elections next year. You come from a party that's from Bihar, which is why I want to ask you this. If one has to gain at the other's expense, would you be okay if Tamil Nadu gains at Bihar's expense? Because there can't be parity. If these numbers that are being quoted based on population census, which we don't have, but let's make an assumption. If we base it on that, the number of Lok Sabha members of parliament that will increase, we don't have the capacity for that. So there has to be some sort of compromise, so to say, to come to. So then are you coming in from Bihar okay to say that let Tamil Nadu, my ally state, gain from Bihar?
our party believes in justice. There has to be a just formula for the delimitation. The central government must evolve a justified formula for this. Our party wants it. We do not want to punish any state or favor any state, or no state should gain or no state should lose. All the states should get justice. This is our main concern. Our party stand is this. This is not matter that Bihar is going to gain, so I should be happy, and South is going to lose, so I should I should celebrate it. This is not that kind of thing. This is the question of the national integrity, and we have to satisfy all the states, be it south, be it north, be it east, be it west. So we have to
Villa that
keep
satisfies
them.
everyone?
Yeah, why not? We have to evolve some
Sure.
kind of formula.
Sure,
some
Narayan
kind of
Tirupati, is the centre
mechanism.
looking at that then? Is there going to be a
See.
formula that pleases everyone?
See, first of all, this controversy came from their alliance, India alliance. Nobody said that it will be based on population, but Rahul Gandhi. Why Mr. Anwar Pasha has not questioned Rahul Gandhi? Why Mr. Stalin has questioned Mr. Rahul Gandhi? The Prime Minister as well as the Home Minister, rightly pointed by Adhikari, rightly, very clearly said it will be on pro rata basis. What is pro rata basis? Whatever it is proportionate to the seats what we have now will be continued during the next increase in the seats. That is called a pro rata basis. Then what is your problem? Nobody decides. Who decides this? We have a lot of committees. The election commission has to come. So many processes there. Now, what is the need for raking this up now? Because Mr. Stalin failed in this language issue, NEP, because the people of Tamil Nadu were against Mr. Stalin. So, in order to suppress the deteriorating law and order and other things in Tamil Nadu, Mr. Stalin has raked up this. And he is keeping quiet for what Rahul Gandhi said. We have been asking this question. Jitni Adabi, what is that?
Jitni abadi, utna haq. That's a comment
Utna
that
haq,
Rahul
yeah,
Gandhi had
because
made.
even-
So,
even-
Pularao, I
even-
believe, is
even-
now with
even-
us. Pularao, I
even I
believe, is
don't
now with us on
understand.
this broadcast. And the Congress is the DMK's ally, both of which are a part of the India bloc. There is no data yet as far as the census goes. There is no basis of how this delimitation exercise is going to be just yet. There are just discussions at the moment. So then to give advice to young couples to have more kids, to have them sooner, what kind of advice is this? Is this actually valid, Pularao?
Well, let me tell you very valid. I heard Mr. Tirupati is a senior person and I don't want to belittle his views. But let me ask you, if Stalin says something that the BJP said nationally, immediately there should be a Pavlovian response. Let me tell Mr. Tirupati, Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry have 40 seats. What did Mr. Amit Shah say? I believe Mr. Amit Shah, a very senior minister, has blundered by saying pro rata. What does pro rata mean? The population. What is Stalin saying? They're going to do it by population. So he has confirmed, number one. Number two, you know this country, 1976, was Indira Gandhi a foolish lady? She brought 42nd Amendment and froze all the seats. Okay, then come to Vajpayee. Vajpayee is a foolish man. He has no wisdom. He has nothing. Why did he introduce the 84th Amendment and stop this? Tell me. Why did he stop it? The country cannot take these big ideas. The country is 145 crore people. The country is settling down. The Northeast has settled down. Everything is settling down. Things are moving. This big idea of 700 MPs, what is this? And yes, the Prime Minister has nicely said some time ago that don't get rattled, it won't be like this. But it would be better if he comes forward and says, we'll do it slowly, don't worry about it. Because this is what democracy is about.
But
For
the government
example,
hasn't come out, Pularao, and said that we're doing the delimitation exercise this year or next month or next year at all.
Well, there are signs. And in a democracy, Mr. Stalin or who is this, Mr. Amit Shah, everybody has a right to talk what they want in a polite way within the constitutional framework. Now, for example, you must have delimitation. You must have census rather, then delimitation. And then decide the women's seats, other things. There is talk. New parliament building has 700 seats. What for? All kinds of things are going on. It is time. I only want to point out that what Mr. Amit Shah has said pro rata means according to the population. And now, for example, if you would ask me, what are you talking? They're bigger states, they've got bigger population. Don't you think they should have more representation? Yes, but not by 25%. Now UP has 80 seats. Andhra and Telangana 42, Tamil Nadu has 40, including Pondicherry. If UP gets 20% increase, it goes up on a base of 80. And we are divided by states have been formed on the linguistic basis. They were not formed like Africa was formed by the British on straight lines. They divided it with a ruler. Had they done that, I have no problem. We are divided on a linguistic basis. So you have to be sensitive. I am not saying that BJP is doing something bad or DMK is doing something right. No, I'm saying you have to be sensitive. This is a sensitive country. 145 crores. And you have to handle it in a way in which everybody feels their voice is heard and to convince them. I don't have to go far. In August last year, suddenly they introduced the farm laws. They had to withdraw it. Why do this? Why? It's a very, very big thing. California, 70 million people, 2 senators. Vermont in USA, 100,000 people. That is part of the deal, that we have equal voice. Otherwise, they'll be very, very
But isn't it the same argument? And that's what I want to come to, that you have representation based on the population. So if you say that because our population is less and we've managed to keep our population in control, that's what Mr. Stalin had said, that you're punishing us. Then aren't you doing exactly that to the North Indian states where the population is higher? Why should they not get equal representation then?
Okay, one small thing. My friend Mr. Tirupati can tell me how many people from Orissa are working in Tamil Nadu. I was told 15 lakhs. Bengali is 15 lakhs. Kerala, I'm told, at 20 lakhs. The population is mobile in India. They're moving all around. And those voters still are voting in Orissa. They're living in Tamil Nadu. They're voting, for myself, that lakhs of people in Kerala, and I may be corrected by my friends here. They're voting. They have a vote there. They vote neither here nor there. There is time. All I'm saying is in a few years, maybe 5 years, 10 years, population will stabilize. Those who have gone to Tamil Nadu may settle there. There's nothing great.
More reason why perhaps we should not indulge in the kind of commentary that we've seen over the last few days. But Narayan Tirupati, I want to ask you as well on this. Because it was the Union Home Minister who came and said that pro rata nothing will change. Tamil Nadu will not lose anything. That did trigger a lot more debate than what Mr. Stalin had said.
No, that means they have not understood Hindi or English. That's what I can say. Because I understood what Mr. Amit Shah said. It was very, very clear. And it is very clear that the pro rata means the percentage. That's what he said. So these people don't understand that one word and they understand another word. I can't help it. Those who wants to understand in a neat way, they should understand it. Those who wants to not to do politics, let them understand it. Mr. Amit Shah made it very, very clear that even by this pro rata, no seats will be lesser. That means what? The same percentage will be there. It will be applied. And that is what the assurance the Home Minister can give at this stage. Since the process is going to start, and you have to take account, Mr. Kiran Rijiju had on 5th October 2023 had given it, you go and see his Twitter. He had given it very nicely to Rahul Gandhi. I am asking why you people are not questioning Rahul Gandhi. Even my friend Mr. Pullarao also not talking about him. See, there is this Odisha people coming to Tamil Nadu or Kerala or Jharkhand people coming. It has got nothing to do with this. First, we have to take the census. Then only we have to sit and discuss how to do it.
And the Congress seems quite silent on this entire issue, at least at the national level. Kailash Adhikari, last 30 seconds before I wrap this up. But the kind of debate that we've seen over this delimitation exercise, one that, like I said, we don't know when that's going to happen, what the basis of it is going to be, what the framework of it is going to look like. Why are we discussing it at all? Is this a diversionary tactic for all parties involved?
Firstly, it is for the opposition to think that why are they making a mountain of a molehill. Firstly, the delimitation, the entire exercise has just been discussed at a very nascent stage. The government has always tried to say, assuage the fears of anyone or any state that no one will be discriminated against or no one will be disproportionately represented. So then why are we jumping to conclusions so fast, without even seeing the act, without even being it tabled in the parliament, without even any comments or suggestions coming, without even any putting pen to paper. I mean, the opposition is now jumping to conclusions that, only it is for the benefit of the northern states, not for the southern states. A chief minister, responsible chief minister of a state, telling the people of his particular state that have more babies. I mean, what are we jumping onto?
Absolutely. Absolutely, which is why right at the start I said, is this more about paranoia than about anything else? But unfortunately, I'm completely out of time, so I have to leave it there. I thank you all, gentlemen, for joining us here on this edition. It's a wrap from my side. Thank you so much for tuning in.